It's like the same thing with Disruptor, right? You just like you have the perfect kind of AoE damage that is the same length as what Tether is. You know, IO's always going to be tethered to somebody, so you've got yourself a guaranteed 2-man nuke situation that's going to work out for you. So yeah, I agree. It's not like great versus Lion, but it definitely feels like they're just trying to focus on the first 2 picks, and what makes the puck good there. There's also there is also the fact that they needed a little bit more lockdown, because now they've got this global presence where at any point in time, wherever the puck shows up, if you're coiled, then you are potentially charged. There's potentially Mortimer's Kisses that are going to be raining in on you from a Snapfire that's outside of your vision. There's just going to be this constant threat. And that works really nicely when you're trying to deal with IO, because IO is so IO is the best hero at being able to facilitate like really efficient map control, right? Because at any point in time, you could just have an IO +1 on one side of the map and the other 3 on the other side of the map, and they can play aggressive and stuff, knowing that you have all 5 heroes there, even though you don't. You know, so
Navi's missing a scaling core though. Right now,
a big carry, a big fat carry.
Yeah.
They need.
but the Spirit
they
Breaker.
could do a Spirit Breaker, but like they're just missing some scale.
Yeah,
Right now, there's a lot of magic damage. There's team fight. There's the ability to pick off, but there's just no, you know, who's taking Roshan, right? You have the minus armor from Snapfire, but who's actually hitting him? Who's gonna push the towers?
Yep.
They don't really have that right now.
There we go. That's Vatoon's favorite hero.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah. And it's the moment that you were saying. They need a scaling carry. A carry that can also work with this team. And also, this team might be the best creep skipping team I've ever seen. Puck, Pango, Spirit Breaker, and PA. It's incredible what you can do with this. You can actually elongate the game a lot.
Yeah, PA should get her. I'm just gonna, and she has a way to break the leash from Razor.
Yeah.
So once again, Razor's gonna have a sad as hell game.
Well, Razor can go for the shard, and then PA can't dagger him. Oh,
Yeah.
140 damage.
The
That's nice.
IO hates PA. It's
Yep.
it's so easy for the PA to get a kill on you. That being said, I have seen a slight counter. Obviously takes you having a little bit more gold than is necessary, but the link stun, the tether stun, is actually super good at being able to mess up these blink strike carries, right? Because they just want to target you and they're blinking directly into your tether stun. It's pretty fun.
Just BKB fast.
I thought you were gonna say Ghost Scepter there, and I was so certain.
No,
That's so much better. Yeah, shard is much better.
For 1,500 gold, PAs hate you. This one simple trick.
So PuckChamp, we'll have to see if it's Razor carry or if they want to put it in.
5
the
seconds.
offlane.
Guess a hero. Go, 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 go.
I'm the host.
That was terrible.
So it is Razor carry.
I just want to say that I knew this was coming.
I also
What is this
knew.
card that I showed?
The 3 of.
Man with stick.
The King of Pentacles.
It's the King of Pentacles.
What about the Knight of
Oh,
Pentacles?
sorry, that isn't what I showed. This is the card that I showed on stream. This was it. If you look very closely, King of Pentacles.
And Doom is the King of Pentacles.
Of course.
'Cause
Who
he's-
else would it be?
Because you say, oh right, because you
Yeah,
make Pentacles. Does this mean he's going for refresher?
his name
Doom?
was literally Satan in Dota 1.
That's true.
You know?
That's
So
nice.
that cards don't lie.
Doom-
Cards I'm just saying the cards don't lie.
It's not cap actually. It's just the cards I use.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put it on my own analysis, but Doom pickup, right? It's a really nice. Eventually, they can get an Aghanim Scepter against the PA. It's a hero that is able to have some control over Pango as well. It's just, you know, you just point and click, put it on the PA. Don't have to worry about her, right? Because she's so dependent on her spells to be able to get damage out, right? Even not just the mobility of Blink Strike, but even just the attack speed.
Yep.
I like Navi.
All right. You like Navi. I like casters, and we have 2 of them actually for this wonderful game. So please take it away for Navi versus PuckChamp, Mr. Casters, Lyrical, and Trent.
Hey Trent, how's it going? Or am I Lyrical? I'm not sure who's who in this one, but yeah, welcome. Unfortunately, sorry, you're stuck with me, GoDz, and I'm joined with lizZard. We've got ourselves a fantastic game coming up for you. It is Navi versus PuckChamp and lizZard. You know, it's a kind of a new PuckChamp roster, and Navi bringing back all the old veterans, but I'm excited to see how these 2 teams perform. What do you think?
I was muted. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I feel that the new squads are doing really well in the CIS, and these old veterans that are being refurbished and sold in different teams, sometimes under different nicknames as well, aren't shining at the moment. But NaVi looks strong. The whole lineup looks strong. The draft looks all right. Not really sold on the position 5 Spirit Breaker, however. How do you feel about that? There, I'm not the only one with the microphone problem.
Players themselves in-game fixing some microphones before we get ourselves on pause. But I know Cap was mentioning, it feels like Spirit Breaker's stock is rising as a core hero, but in the support role, it's like, not, especially 5 position, I'm not as sold. I think 4 position or core, totally okay with.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how they will be laning exactly, but there is a chance for PuckChamp to mix things up a little bit. Perhaps put that Razor on the offlane once you see the position 5 Spirit Breaker. I don't feel that hero can do a whole ton, but even putting Doom there with something like a Lion or a Wisp should be fine. I don't see them losing that lane versus PA and Spirit Breaker at least. Maybe there's something that I'm just not seeing, and PA and Spirit Breaker is a strong lane. But from what I've seen so far, it hasn't been.
Playing some double melee lane, it does feel like there is this opportunity for, heroes like Doom to just free farm potentially. So we'll see how it works out. Both teams, positioning around this bottom rune, and they're looking maybe for an early brawl here, but a D-ward coming out and NaVi have kind of revealed their position.
There's definitely a lot of potential when I look at NaVi's draft. There's a lot of potential to just roll over PuckChamp in that mid-game. There's just so much mobility, so many heroes that don't really need a lot of farm besides the PA, right? All you need is levels and you can start off fighting. Meanwhile, on the side of PuckChamp, it's not necessarily as straightforward. You need to protect your Invoker, your Lion needs a Blink Dagger. Doom is kind of more farming oriented as well.
Well, we'll see how things unravel as we get ourselves into game number 1. The debut here in Eastern Europe for these two teams, and they're looking to get things off with a bit of a bang here at the top rune. Kralat in some trouble. He's going to get helped out by the IO, and the charge from solo not going to go through. Does Spirit Breaker strike you as a solo hero? Obviously, you had some concerns about it as a 5, but I feel like he's not really known as the big Spirit Breaker player.
He's not known as a big Spirit Breaker player, but he's known as these tanky boys that stand up front and just protect the carry kind of player, right?
Yes.
So, and the only problem though is he likes to feed, right, from time to time, and Spirit Breaker is the perfect hero to charge in mindlessly and just get yourself in a bad position, like he is right here, perhaps.
Well, we'll see how this double melee lane fares, trying to secure some farm for the PA. As Astral getting zoned back a little bit. So far, so good. No, definitely, I imagine VTune's not feeling too bad about how this lane's going. I know the panel mentioned a bit about VTune. He's kind of the guy to look out for, maybe one of the star players to play around. Do you feel like putting him on PA is the right way to kind of approach this game?
Well, when you consider how well he plays the hero, then for sure. He's been practicing this hero quite a lot throughout his career. If you watch his streams, he really likes to play PA, so yeah, I think it's some player preference, but also the fact that hero is in a really good spot at the moment.
Yep. Okay, well, there is going to be a Razor static link to deal with, but we'll see how he fares. Definitely a hero that has some ability to kind of play against that, and seeing some of these other lanes there. Oh, actually back at bottom. Solar getting aggressive early with some greater bashes. Bullying that Lion.
Yeah, he's doing really well so far. There's a lot of regen on the Lion, however, so should be fine. Malik actually keeping up to a point. He is level 2, but only with 1 level of Scorched Earth.
Yep.
Waiting perhaps to see if the Heart Camp is blocked or what he can devour.
Yeah, interesting. No points in the Devour at all. And goes for the point in the Infernal Blade instead. Is this how you skill Doom these days?
I'm not sure really. Like, I'm not playing too much Doom at the moment, but in every single patch so far, maybe one in the last 5 years, you wouldn't get Devour early on. It's just so much value. That's why you're picking the hero. But I guess they want to be pressuring the lane a little bit more. He also went for the Ring of Protection versus PA Spirit Breaker. Perhaps he can dive the tower earlier, like good old Zayats plays with phase boots or something super early on. Not sure, we'll see.
Yep. Not like it's not a spell that's been nerfed in any recent patches either, so well, yeah, like you say, we'll see how it pans out. Maybe just thinking he can't be quite as greedy, and so far they haven't been able to pressure the PA too much, but you know, PA isn't quite getting the free farm that we're seeing on some of these other heroes on the map, so taking a peek at some of other lanes. Mid lane, the I guess ex-mid lane specialist No One. I don't know if he's quite like, you know, the top of the mid laners in Eastern Europe anymore. He's up against Young G. And so far, a bit of an edge going the Puck's way in terms of CS, but not like a huge advantage by any means.
Yeah, this is pretty much how it should go early on, especially when you're playing versus Quasflex Invoker as a Puck. Bottom lane?
Yep. They get the they get the kill. Solo goes leading the way, and he does trade lives with the PA going down in return. It was,
I think this is, from Malik, this is pretty much the reasoning of Inferno Blade. He knows that they will be jumping that line. They have charge plus a lot of mobility coming from PA plus Stifling Dagger, right?
Yeah.
So
So
at
if
least
they
he
do
gets the
that,
counter kill.
yeah, you can punish. The second point almost doubling the damage of that Infernal Blade. Top lane, meanwhile, whoa, General missing.
Yikes.
That was a yikes.
That was a yikes. I expected them to make a move as soon as they get level 3. That's what they did. You basically wait for Razor to use his static link, you dodge it, and then you re-engage. This lane is very dangerous for Razor plus IO, but things happen. You miss spells. Everyone does it.
Very careful. As we'll see how this top lane fares. It does still feel like they're putting a lot of pressure on this Razor. Not an easy lane for the Razor. Heroes with these mobility spells that can get away from your static link, making life a little bit tricky.
Alec?
Yeah, he's doing okay here. He's got the Hurl Boulder, the Scorched Earth up, so they don't want to get too close to him with that burning damage, but out of regen now, so he's gonna be careful about popping that Soul Ring too much.
I feel like he's really sad when it comes to comes to creeps that he's gotten so far, and the fact that they blocked the small camp, the hard camp, Astral didn't manage to de-ward, so
Yeah.
and the fact that he might die here now.
Yeah, Scorched Earth not up for a couple of seconds. Are they gonna go for this? Doesn't look like it. Vincere doesn't want to commit. He's, with the full orb of corrosion, this lane gets pretty tricky for the Doom Lion. Going a lot better than, perhaps we expected with the Spirit Breaker support.
Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, Doom isn't known as the lane dominator, right? He hasn't been that for a really long time, so kinda, it goes both ways. One lane isn't exactly the strongest, the other one isn't weak. However, after seeing this lane and the way it went, I have to take it back a little bit, because PA can always follow up on a charged target, and that's really nice, right? And she can set up with Stifling Dagger, gives enough vision for Solo to charge in the trees, and then follows up with the blink. So it's kind of neat in the way they're playing the game.
Yep.
The lane, at least.
Using some of that synergy. As mid lane, we've seen No One just farming these stacks, basically taking a greedy approach to the Puck. He's not going for runes, he's not trying to harass or kill the Invoker, he's just using all his mana to farm neutral camps, and as a result, he is top net worth. And having a great time, although he does get pushed back to Fountain because of the rune being denied from him.
I'm expecting perhaps Solo to charge in on that Invoker very soon.
Okay.
Or Puck perhaps might rotate on a side lane right now. He moved all the way back. Let's see. He TP's... Okay, he TP's mid. So maybe Solo will go in and try and help. Not sure if you can leave Vitune, however.
Yeah. And it feels like they would need a third hero as well, potentially. They're going to charge in bottom, though. Malik, they're just trying to bait out a Scorched Earth, I imagine. He's got 7 stick charges. Lion backing him up with an Earth Spike, so no real potential for a kill there unless he gets overly aggressive. Gets caught by a Hellbear Clap. But looks like Malik might be okay. Yeah, about to say, a second charge coming in, another dagger. Vincere does not want to commit the blink, as Astral on the line, essentially holding his Earth Spike, waiting for the PA to go in, and Young G's rotated bottom.
He's rotated bottom, but Doom is too low.
Yeah, and now they see the Invoker. He's going to go fishing in the trees here, but Vincere, well, gets the charging Spirit Breaker. He's going to throw away his life to keep Vincere alive. Vincere goes jumping in. He wants to kill on Malik. The Hex is there. Can he get this kill? It doesn't look like it, and Doom is up. He gets the kill, but he's going to pay the price. Nice rotation from Young G.
Yeah, pretty good rotation. Also, the Carti is here. The lane is pushing in. They have 2 range creeps, so the tier 1 tower will take a lot of damage. I'm not sure if Vitune necessarily had to jump in there on the Doom, but there's a huge stack being stolen by no one, by the way. If you check that. Medium camp is done.
Yeah.
Hard camp perhaps as well.
Yeah, he's poking around that. It's got the mana to use quite a few orbs here if he wants to go for it, and it looks like that is going to be the case. Do they realize this? Yeah, they've got an observer ward nearby, so maybe they just can't do anything about it after that rotation bottom. Instead, they'll take the tier 1 bottom, so not an absolute disaster, but a good move from NaVi, who are now diving this top tier 1 tower. They go on the Razor first with the Rolling Thunder here. They're going to follow up with a charge, and this Razor is going to be brought down with the help of the Snapfire. They want more here as Ducalis going to be the second kill picked up in the top lane.
And now they will go and finish off those stacks most likely. So very interesting that Io and Razor didn't perhaps read this a little bit earlier and went away from top, because Pango has his ulti and Puck isn't showing for the longest time. So you can kind of expect his move towards the top lane.
Yep. They swing back in, Puck looking to finish off this hard stack, but Astral is there. Smoke. Oh, Invis line, even better.
He's Invis.
Yeah. No one's going to be a little careful. They've got a sentry, though. If he walks too close, he walks in range now. So they know he's coming. Can they get this Puck? He's got no mana to get to the low ground. Doesn't have the waning rift. I've got to imagine no one is going to be going down here.
Gets a kill.
Yeah. Lion goes to 1-for-1 at least. And can Young G get any more? Aloha Dance will TP out of there. So nice escape from the Snapfire.
I feel if you're no one, you're fine with that, right? You got a kill on Lion. You also took 2 stacks. You took the hard one and the medium camp, and there were some fat stacks. It wasn't just 2 or 3. There was a lot of them, so you're completely fine with it.
A lot of, experience and gold going his way. Top 3 net worth, all on the NaVi side, and that's, playing against like a Doom where there's Devour gold. Now there's also Midas gold. So Malik, despite the more aggressive start with his skill build, has gone back for full greed. 3 points in Devour, Midas. He's ready to farm.
Yeah, and keep in mind just how it all trickled down. Because of no one being in the enemy jungle for so long, Spirit Breaker was on mid lane, and he's pretty much 6, right? He needs 1 creep. Aloha Dance is already level 6. These supports are extremely well farmed.
Forget level 6 as solo. Thought about charging top, but yeah, there is a lot of happy times happening for these NaVi supports. Both of them level 6 before that Tome of Knowledge even comes out, so we'll see if they even commit to using it or give it to one of their cores, but they're going for a tier 1 tower themselves, so both teams taking that offlane tower early on, and that's going to open up the map a lot.
Yeah, as you should. They take the tier 1 tower that enables the PA to perhaps play with Blur in the triangle and the top lane, doesn't necessarily have to stay on bot anymore, and Vitune, he's reading this move really well, it seems like, but there's a chance he goes towards that hard camp. Yeah. If he does, he's just dead.
Oh, they're ready for him. Oh no. He's going towards mid. Do they see him? No, he's blurred up. He didn't get close enough for them.
They're pinging it out. They're actually reading this move.
It's actually, PuckChamp are the ones who are in trouble. They get the dagger on Young G, giving vision, but no charge. Solo, perhaps knowing he can't really charge into that. They also don't know how many heroes there are because, of course, Io would relocate. It's quickly that 2v4 can become a 4v4.
And that was a nice stun. Impale from the Lion. It looked like there was a charge coming through. He didn't know from which direction, as they didn't have vision on that fog, so he just uses one. Very nice. Zoning Impale.
He's being the bro. He's making sure that his Invoker gets out safe.
I'm pretty sure you're fine if you're PuckChamp right now. You have a Midas on a Doom. Yes, you're playing versus a PA, but you have a Midas on a Doom. Your Io plus Razor are farming on one side of the map, Young G on another. It's on NaVi to make a move, and this smoke might lead to an Invoker kill.
Well, that would be a big kill if they could get it. Invoker playing near the tower, pretty defensively. Charge coming in. The Koyo going to lead things off, but he cancels the charge. But and the Mortimer's Kisses.
That tornado was just too good. That was just too good. I'm not sure. There was a tiny bit of luck involved, because I think Aloha Dance was still in smoke when that tornado hit him.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, part luck, part skill. That's that's what Dota is sometimes.
Well, 100%. he used it in the right direction, so he was perhaps anticipating where the Snapfire will be.
Yep. And now it's PuckChamp making the move. They know there's no Mortimer's Kisses, no Dreamcoil as well. They want to get aggressive. General gets fingered. He's going to survive his way through it. They didn't have enough damage, so wasted ultimate from Astral on the Lion. Bit of a misplay from him.
Yeah, and all that time Vitune is farming away. He's actually getting very close to the Battle Fury. He only needs like what, 600, 500 gold more?
Yep.
He's got it.
It does feel like we're entering a bit of a game of greed. Double Midas on PuckChamp, Battle Fury on the Phantom Assassin. Do you feel like that favors either of the two teams with their draft?
I feel you're fine if you have a PA on your team, and if you're Navi, you don't really have an option right now. It's more of on PuckChamp to decide what they want to do. They're the ones that could have went a different avenue, right? Like they're the ones that could have been playing more aggressively. They decided to play the farming game. We'll see how that pans out for them, but it definitely is giving Navi an opportunity to farm up this PA, and when it comes to carry matchup, they definitely have the advantage. As long as you don't get doomed, right?
Callus, you're in the wrong neighborhood, my friend. Not welcome in the Radiant Jungle. That was a smoke gank intended for one of the cores, like the Doom, I feel. So if anything, he's going to rewatch this and be like, yeah, I just saved my core's life. Lion himself going to cancel a charge with the Earth Spike. Very, very tough Spirit Breaker game. A lot of things, well, a couple things that can cancel the charge, making it a bit hard for solo.
A bit hard, but he's a 5, right? And when you look at it that way, it's kind of all right. Even if they waste a couple of spells on you, it's fine. Mainly, your job is to patrol this area, this river, and prevent any smoke kills on Vitune. Today we were watching that SCA game, remember, and no one was protecting the PA while she was farming the triangle. So
correct.
Every single smoke connected.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Navi right now, they're not getting the most out of some of these smoke moves. They've killed an Io with the recent one. The one before, they couldn't even kill the Invoker, but they are giving a lot of space for Vitune to have complete free farm. Solo even coming over and giving him a salve, being the good support. Question is, can PuckChamp defend this mid tower? Puck, he just keeps coming in, poking it, whittling away at it. Isn't being hard committed on it. Feels like they're just letting Navi poke at it while they just keep on using that greed elsewhere on the map.
No, I don't feel like Navi is even ready to make a play at the moment. After that play failed on mid lane with Snapfire's Mortimer's Kisses, they just kind of are taking it slowly, waiting perhaps for the BKB on Vitune. I believe once you get that, you're completely fine and you're ready to fight.
Yeah. Both teams kind of head towards those BKBs. On the PuckChamp side, you've got 3 cores all going for BKB as well, so it's going to be a game
instantly.
Where... game with some big mid-game team fights, I feel like, that are in store. Even though, things right now is just like calm before the storm.
Yeah, and you do have some BKB piercing abilities on the side of Navi. Spirit Breaker perhaps can come in handy, but besides that, I can definitely see the point of rushing 3 BKBs.
Lane tier 1 getting low. No one going to come in. Tries to get the last hit, but gets denied by Krillat.
I'm just thinking perhaps a blink on Doom first would have been a bit better. It allows you to make plays, right? At the moment, you don't necessarily have a single hero unless Invoker goes in deep and sets up a relocate, which isn't really what you want to be doing anyway.
Yeah, it feels like PuckChamp are just so content to go like more late game, or maybe they're just looking for this big triple mid-game BKB fight, but are you a believer in this Razor as this late-game carry? I mean, obviously a lot of talk about this, potential to scale into Ag's Refresher with your talents.
Yeah, he's always been kind of considered as a semi-carry, right? But ever since, I don't know, even Singapore Major, we've seen EG do really, really well with a position 1 Razor, so I'm sure if they itemize it properly and take good fights, it can work. But I would favor the PA in the long run, and they're getting a free rush, it seems like.
It does seem like that, but now they're coming to smoke. PuckChamp seems to know this one is going on. The Sunstrike going to scout it out as Krillat goes charging in first. He's got the BKB. Pops it and he's going in. Great! Spike catches 2! Oh, what a play from Astral. Roshan's still low. Krillat's going to get it, and he gets 2 kills on 2 cores. Amazing Spike. The War Stomp from the Centaur going to be killing off Aloha Dance as well. 3 for nothing, and an Asia Snipe. Great sense from PuckChamp.
I meant free Roshan for PuckChamp.
Yeah. The cast,
100%.
You know, new Dota season here, but the caster curse, you know, it lives on, lizZard. Nothing changing there.
You can't shake it off. I guess if you're Navi, why you're doing it is because you understand that they will get BKBs earlier than you. They've already got them. You scouted them out, right? And if you see those BKBs, you know that they will take Rosh and you can't contest it. You at the same time have heroes that mitigate that armor, so you're trying to take Rosh before they do. You're trying to be a little bit sneaky to buy yourself more time.
And when you talk about being sneaky, there's an observer ward right next to the pit, which Navi had a sentry on but didn't deward because I guess the sentry vision, I mean, it expired some time ago, so unless they rescouted, they weren't going to see it, but they did that in plain sight.
Did they smoke into the pit? That's something that I didn't notice.
The PA, I think, just walked over. Because two heroes started it. It was the Snapfire and the Pango started it, and then PA just blink striked in from outside the pit in vision, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Yeah. Okay. That's peculiar then.
Yeah. It was maybe just, you know, a bit of hubris, or perhaps thinking they had addressed the vision, but now they come back, bring the current, and they're like, oh, there was a ward there. Theoretically, if there's no vision there, I'm pretty sure, like you said, that is that free Roshan.
Yeah, damn, Krillix is actually going straight into the refresher with the BKB.
Okay.
So he'll be dishing out a ton of damage, double BKB as well. They are looking to be extremely active right now on the side of PuckChamp. They have the Aegis Blink Dagger on Malik completed.
Yep. Yeah, all these BKBs coming out at perhaps the perfect time for them. Yeah,
Vityun
still BKB on Korea. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and no problem. And Vityun, the only one that's getting closer to it on the side of Navi, but he still does not have it. So this tier 2 on the bottom lane might just fall before he even gets it.
And with that, start looking at outposts being taken and map control heavily swinging PuckChamp's way. So a very game-deciding Roshan. No one in some trouble. He gets the scan out, so he knows something coming his way. And gets the ward on the high ground, and now it's daytime, so now everyone sees everything. Not sure if Navi realized that ward was placed.
It was a pretty aggressive move from PuckChamp. I liked it a lot. He during the smoke, Lion went in and planted that ward.
Aloha dance, he's being caught. No TP out for you as Malik will finish him off.
Young G. Not just chilling. He's trying to make a play here, but Puck has an observer and sentry that he's standing on, so
he's gonna maybe anticipate this is an area where Radiant would have obs and sentries. They've got double obs sentries around their own triangles. They were all about protecting that area of the map and also, you know, enabling Vityun to farm up his BKB, which is coming out. So they're gonna have a PA BKB, and that's really, you know, the way Navi win a fight. It feels like is this PA killing some of these, particularly supports. Like heroes like the Io need to die at the start of these fights.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, how do you approach this fight if you're Navi? You definitely need to bait out the Doom on someone else, as that BKB is helpful, but once you get doomed, you will die to PuckChamp. They don't necessarily have any saves on their side, right? On the other, you do. You have Io. So it's way more difficult for Navi to engage properly. Perhaps Solo should be the one just starting in, going YOLO, and then the team follows up in some way.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned that's kind of the classic Solo. Put his body in front just to make good things happen. And maybe if you just have a buyback so that you can go and feed and then buy back and still impact the fight.
Aloha Dance and
scouted.
Puck are under vision.
Yeah. Oh, the bigger kill, the Puck. And you mentioned no save. They'll get one. Can they get two? Aloha Dance already trying to get the hell out of there. So good vision from the Dire side.
Yeah, so they saw the blink on Lion, right? They saw it for sure. They also knew Puck is the one that actually knew they were chasing him down bottom. So chances are they have vision in the Radiant jungle. Kind of peculiar from no one to be farming where he was, but at the same time, he's a Puck and he should be farming in the most dangerous positions as he can get out.
Yeah. Give the safer farm to Vityun. So not ideal, but definitely one of those moves where it, you know, anything to delay the Aegis timing and just well, Aegis no longer in play, but just delay PuckChamp from fighting and get a couple more items for your team may pay off in the long run. As, you know, Vincere, I mean, he's got BKB, but it doesn't feel like Navi are in a huge rush to go fight. Okay, take that back. They're smoking. They're going as 5.
They have a ton of damage coming from General as well. Keep that in mind. He has a Necro Saber and Diffusal Blade. So he's a hero that needs to be controlled. Young G.
Ooh, pops one smoke. The dust is going to be off the mark. He immediately backed off. Oh, Navi just unable to find the pickoffs they're looking for.
If you look at Navi's vision, that's pretty much telling that these smokes will fail. They have two observer wards on their side of the map, giving them absolutely no info for these aggressive moves on the enemy side.
And constantly, PuckChamp are coming in and taking over their own Ancients. It feels like Navi just have no control of this map.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head there. Their Ancients are taken constantly, every single time, so Vitune has very limited space to be farming on.
How do you see them? What's the approach or fix for, you know, you've got none of these aggressive wards? Do they need to be using these smokes more to get wards down, or how do they deal with the current situation?
Yeah, 100%. That's the way you do it. You smoke up as a team, you take the enemy jungle, you just go together, right? You make one small little 5-man train, and your main objective is to ward up that side of the map. Warm it up for the future fights.
Yeah, so the next smoke maybe succeeds, or the next fight. Well, they made another aggressive play, but it's Puck leading the way, and there's not really any aggressive wards being planted right now.
Yeah, Solo wasn't with them. He was the one carrying the ops, so they kind of smoked again. S3, and it led to... Well, it gave them some protection for the PA to be farming around them, which is also nice.
Well, the defensive ward is at least going to let them know PuckChamp's coming their way. Although immediately getting dewarded by Astral. Again, the vision game continues to go the way of PuckChamp. Arrows being drawn on the map from a low high dance. Navi just looking a bit lost here.
Yeah, you don't truly feel that control that they should have with someone like Solo, right? Like, you have this seasoned captain. At least you're expecting this this sort of warding game and like zone kind of movement to be on point, but it isn't truly, not so far at least.
They've got one ward up on the map. At least it's a bit more aggressive now on the top side of Roshan, but while they play up top, PuckChamp have come down bottom to maybe go for this tier 2 tower and outpost. But at least, I mean, top side of the map is going to become a lot more important. This second Roshan going to be respawning. It's a long respawn, though. Max duration Rosh respawn. So quite some time for both teams that they're going to have to wait for this one.
Yeah, that's really what you would like to. Take this tier 2 on top lane as Radiant, and perhaps take the outpost, but I'm not sure they will allow you to do that, as the tier 2 down bottom is already dead, and they could perhaps rotate back top. It is dangerous, though. They've been in your jungle, you don't know where the wards are. Just moving in is kind of reckless.
You're definitely expecting a bit of a trap unless you smoke as 5. I guess the nice thing is if you send a couple heroes up there, the IO can always relocate in, and suddenly you've got a better team fight maybe, but...
Or you maybe just go into their triangle, right? That's also an option. And you kind of camp on their triangle, they camp in your forest.
We saw that one earlier today a bit too. Team's just like, oh, let's swap sides. Yeah.
There's a full Shivas completed on Malik, by the way, so... This PA might struggle even with the Dazzle completed.
Yeah. Doom with the Ag Shard queued up as the next thing, so looking to get that extra bit of stun duration, more control. And what's the play from PuckChamp here? They've no Roshan can be respawning soon. They're expecting it to respawn any second. It's already been a minute and a half since it could have respawned, so they're looking to make that kind of smoke kill into Rosh.
Oh, they know. They scouted this. They have a sentry at the mid lane, and the wards have been detected.
Alright, well...
But I'm not sure PuckChamp knows, because the wards weren't attacked by any of the Radiant creeps.
Yeah, that is a good point here, but they're going to camp around their ward. If you're a Navi, you want to play around your one ward on the map. You've got to play around this vision. PuckChamp come in, they use a minus on a creep. That was also scouted by Navi, so Navi knows exactly what is going on here.
It's so unfortunate from them. You really want to be as effective as possible, right? Like planting wards from smoke, then using that Midas on a creep that you kind of expect not to be under vision.
Yeah.
And it's all scouted out. Your movements are given away by some random moves that you made.
Looks like NaVi have no interest in forcing a fight right now. They do smoke up, actually, while showing Spirit Breaker mid, so perhaps a bit of a decoy that they're not looking to fight because they are the ones playing on the defensive, it seems. Polak going to show himself in the front lanes. He's got that double BKB, double Eye of the Storm. Hasn't hit those crazy level 20 and 25 talents just yet. As they blink in, they're looking to get the initiation here on no one, but he's got the Lincolns has been popped, so he gets doomed, and that's a short kill on the Puck, who does not have buyback. 50
seconds. Straight into the pit.
Yep, free Roche.
It literally respawned a second after Puck dies.
Yeah.
So perfect for PuckChamp.
Great time, and they knew. I mean, they kind of, I guess, knew it was coming because it was that full duration Roche respawn, but for Solo, just for no one playing a bit too aggressive on the Puck there. Once his Lincolns got popped, Doom just found it.
Yeah, some of these things that you expect from NaVi just aren't there, right? When you're thinking about no one and Puck, there's the ultimate kiss.
They throw the kisses. They go fishing with the tornado. They don't hit him to cancel it, but not a lot of damage being dealt. They're just trying to delay this Roshan. Instead, they're going to lose heroes, though, it looks like. BKB Malik charging in, but elsewhere it's V-Tune on the PA in trouble. Oh, Sunstrikes bring him down. Mid-TP. Sick play coming out from the Invoker there with the Cataclysm.
I'm surprised they tried that. Everyone on the side of PuckChamp has a BKB, and you're diving into the pit the way you are. Plus, Razor has a refresher. I guess if you're V-Tune, you're thinking, I'll jump in, I'll eliminate one support, and I'll BKB TP out.
Yeah.
It was just way too much damage for him to sustain.
Razor did 3k damage that fight with the refresher. Not something you want to mess with, and this is before those talents come in. The level 20 and 25 talents, which buff up your Eye of the Storm even more. So NaVi find
Maybe
themselves,
they can take down?
Yeah, in a rough spot.
Invoker. Yeah. In general, okay. Oh, he actually shows himself. Never mind.
No, Astral nearby as well. Oh, Aloha, he's gonna get scouted out. Young G's there. Tornado into Ice Wall, and General's thinking about this, but quickly realizes that Save Your Buddy syndrome is not the right time. Elsewhere though, no one needs to get out though. What's the escape plan? Gets caught by the plasma field. They see him. The triple Chaos Meteor. Meatballs raining down from the sky as no one is in full retreat. Has a blink in a couple of seconds. Should be okay here, I've got to imagine, with the TP out. They know where he is. Doesn't go for the TP just yet. It's a game of cat and mouse here. Can they catch that little pesky mouse? He goes for the orb into TP. Does he have it? He hasn't allowed. Colts up. Oh, the courier. He was trying to scout it out, but couldn't get him in time. Heads up play to bring the courier.
Yeah, this time Malik actually had the blink and stomp, so it was all off cooldown. That's why he's saying whoops now in the chat. He had everything. He just didn't want to risk it. He waited for the scout, and because of that, it gave no one just that second that he needed to TP away.
The Invoker even invoked to the cold snap, so they just needed that bit of vision, but nice attempt. And for NaVi, you've got to feel like that's like best case scenario. You're just buying time. You're trying to wait for this Aegis to expire, so it's only got 3 minutes left on it now.
At the same time, I have to say that PuckChamp, they're just reading them completely. They're one step ahead. If you remember the way they set up, NaVi was setting up a gank on bottom.
Oh no! This time around, they've got him.
Yep. Yeah, they're just reading them. They're reading every single move like this. This one perhaps wasn't as great from PuckChamp. It was more of a little bit of a mistake from no one that gets hexed. But on bot lane, that was perfect. The way they baited the bait, went on Aloha Dance and then didn't use anything on Aloha Dance, just waited for everyone else to start showing themselves.
Are they looking to fight this one down bottom? Invoker's TP'd in. He could catch some of these V-Tune TPing out. Oh, he's been caught. No PA to defend. He's going to be forced to BKB, and they can just chase him down now. They get him with the static link, and that's a dead PA.
That's the best target you could have wished for as well.
Yeah. It's like you almost got 2 or 3 of them TPing, but if you're going to catch one, you want that PA, and then they just go back mid to maybe push for this high ground, so absolute best case scenario as they are just poking and prodding at the tier 3 tower now. Things not looking good for NaVi in their opener, and Org, you know, that always is surrounded by these high expectations for results and performance. Blinking in, Puck, he wants this pesky Lion. He's gonna get him, but can no one get out of this one alive? He gets caught by the Meteor Deafening Blast combo. He goes down again. I are gonna tether after his Razor, and with the Rolling Thunder ending, you've got to imagine General is in all sorts of trouble. They'll take out the IO at least, making it 2 dead supports on the PuckChamp side, but it looks like it's all over Red Rover for NaVi. They're buying back one last hurrah on the defense here, and the buyback could lead to a couple of good kills here. Invoker in too deep, goes down, triple kill for General. His Pangolier wreaking havoc, and PuckChamp, have they overextended here? Doom looking to get out, and said they're going to change target and go for Kralat, who's got a BKB TP, but against the Spirit Breaker, doesn't feel like he can go for it. He's just going to go down to the physical damage, so...
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, good hold by NaVi, good buybacks. Also good dive by PuckChamp. I didn't expect anything worse, anything else.
It's EEU Dota, you love it.
At the end, Spirit Breaker charges through the Razor onto a creep to apply that stun. Also pretty decent. Just overall, good buybacks, good EEU Dota, as you said. These are my friends. This is NaVi. This is how I like it.
They know the way. A gem being traded hands as well, so an extra bonus pickup for NaVi. And we'll see them get active on the map. Push out some of these lanes, get some vision down. No longer having to worry about that Aegis, so... You know, a glimmer of hope for them as, you know, late game PA can always be that kind of killer threat. You've got RNG to hope for. Well, as for PuckChamp, you know, obviously a little too DeVi. I think still, you know, are they still the ones in control though?
I'm sure they can take fights once the BKBs and refreshers are all there. There's also one being built on Doom. I think they can be in the control, but it was a pretty big throw, like a pretty big one. There's Aghanims completed now on Pango too. Like General is, you know, there are some Pangos they go for this more of a utility build and whatnot. General is having none of that. He has a PA on his team, and he's the one actually wanting to carry.
As far as heading to the late game and trying to come back, maybe not the worst idea. Another big item that could come out is this Aghanims on no one's Puck. Against all the BKBs, that could be a pretty annoying item for some of these heroes to deal with.
They should be smoking now on the top lane, perhaps. One more wave pushed out by Vtune.
Yeah, well...
Or they'll just run in.
Maybe looking to save some smokes for next Roshan. We'll have to wait and see. As a low high dance getting down some vision himself. You know, he's like, Solo, you're not putting enough wards, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, Solo has been taking that idea of charging and killing creeps a little bit too personally here. Just even though he's a 5, he's taken quite a bit of farm on the map.
Yeah.
Has that Lotus Orb, Foot of Defiance as well.
Definitely a game that, despite this gold deficit, NaVi have managed to farm up some good key items. They're going for the charge in. They found the Lion here. Are they going to commit this charge or not? Lion knows it's coming, though. They had that dire ward on the cliff that he was charging from, and NaVi do not dare breach the high ground.
They still have a couple of heroes smoked up.
Yeah.
Quarter of a duration left, but...
Does he go for this jump? No one, he sees them, but I don't think he feels confident about making this jump. They get the charge in now. 3 heroes silence on the backlines. No one did manage to get stunned. Oh my god, that Cataclysm doing huge damage, but PA goes down in return, and Kralat with the BKB Eye of the Storm is just too much damage to deal with. Triple kill for the Razor, and they just get exterminated. Oh boy. No one.
There was an attempt.
Yeah, there was an attempt. Oh god, no one. He's not getting out of this one, perhaps. The Hoofstomp Infernal Blade. Okay, he's still alive. Should be fine unless the Invoker finds him. He's going to go for the TP out, and I don't think they'll scout him out there. But they've got bigger ideas in mind, going for the mid push.
It wasn't a bad idea to go on the Doom the way they did. If you manage to eliminate him from the fight, then suddenly PA is free to do same as Puck, whatever they want to.
Yeah.
But IO was MVP. Lucalis in that fight, he just saves the Doom from 10% to full, and then that Cataclysm that you talked about, just so much damage.
It just, yeah, it feels like the PA just can't fight into the Razor as well as the Cataclysm is just, there's just too much that he doesn't want to get in close to fight into, and doesn't have the sustain. Maybe if he gets to a point where there's like a Satanic, but he says, nah, screw that, I need a Rapier. That's what he's got queued up as his next item. Has some way to go, but tough game for him.
Yeah, it's that desperation play, right? When you're queuing up a Rapier, okay, you're Phantom Assassin. If any hero can justify it, it's what? PA, Medusa, and perhaps Gyro, something like that. So,
yeah.
In a situation such as this one, you understand that you will not win the game by casual build, so getting that Rapier is definitely justified at the moment.
Off of that, PuckChamp will back up, play it safe, and it's going to be Roshan number 3 that both teams play around. It really feels like this game is, Roshan has been such a big part of it, and this third one probably going to be no different.
They have some decent vision on the Radiant side around the rush that you're talking as well, on that cliff right next to the pit.
Yep.
All they have to do is set up the perimeter and defend PA until she gets that Rapier.
Even in this mid lane, so if they can get, yeah, Rapier plus an Aegis, suddenly, you know, this game, not hopeless for NaVi, but definitely they're the ones solidly on the back foot.
They're really good that Vitune didn't go for an extra wave. There's no way you go for that, obviously, but he would have gotten caught by another Invis Rune Lion.
Yeah.
He keeps on finding those, and it's so good to have a Lion with an Invis Rune when you have Io as well on your team, right? It's so easy to set up kills.
Oh, by the way, this Razor's just, every time I click him, he's got like a new massive item. He's got MKB and almost a butterfly completed.
And the Satanic on top of that as well. He got, he's having a really good game. Top of the net worth as well. Just every item that he needs to. This butterfly is just a topping, right? That's everything he needed was already there.
And he knows his PA is not farming an MKB probably anytime soon. I guess PA could, but that's at a point where PA is looking at other, you know, the Rapier. Ooh, Puck. Gotta be careful about that jump in. Both teams having a game where they're playing very cautiously around mid. Thinking about a Rolling Thunder, the charge going on the backline, sees the IO. Can they kill the IO though? Vitune, he's been static linked. He has to get out of here. He gets stunned up though. Rolling Thunder from General doing some good damage. Nice coil from no one. The Deafening Blast going to be off the mark, and General thinking about rolling his way out of this one. The Doom comes out just on the Snapfire. Nice Cataclysm, but not enough damage to finish anyone off. They'll get the Snapfire with the Doom damage, and Vitune on the PA's got one. He finds the Doom. But there is going to be a buyback, and losing 2 of his teammates means Vitune probably has to disengage without a BKB. Nice charge out from Solo. Infernal Blade damage not going to be enough to kill him off. There's a TP to the... Oh no! TP in! Solo! He's got to dodge! TP on out!
Oh, the TP!
They don't see him! Oh...
It's so fortunate that the creep wave wasn't there yet, right? The dire one that already spawned. That's straight into the pit. I think NaVi couldn't play that fight much better. I think that was pretty solid. You go on the IO, you load the sword your PA before she blinks in, so the Static Storm doesn't really do a lot. You also force the Doom to just waste his ultimate on a Snapfire, which isn't really what you want.
Yep.
PA eliminates the Doom afterwards. It was all solid, but you're just 20k behind, and PuckChamp is playing on point.
Yeah,
it's very difficult to execute much better.
Oh, for sure. And the thing is, like, I guess Doom's just gone. He got so far ahead. He had the refresher, so he didn't find a second Doom target, but he doesn't mind using a Doom on a support now that he's got 2 or potentially even 3 Dooms with the refresher shards. So life gets tricky. Young G may find Vitune here. He's very close to him. Oh. Okay, what's the call going to be? Vitune, is he going to buy the Rapier TP out? Yeah, you betcha. He's got Rapier, but he's got no BKB now for the high ground defense for 68 seconds.
Yeah, I think this is it for PuckChamp, right? You see there's no BKB, you're pushing 100% for these 70 seconds.
I guess you just give up bottom lane though.
Yep. What's saving you on the side of NaVi is that they haven't taken the tier 2 top. So they can't just go from bottom straight to top lane and get megas.
By the way, Krillat on the Razor, Trickster Cloak, extra 20% evasion.
And the butterfly as well. Seems pretty solid.
Evasion 48%. Not too shabby. PA is definitely saying, I'm going to find other targets. I don't think at any point this PA wants to be near the Razor in a fight until everyone else is dead.
Yeah, because of the evasion and because of the static link, right? So there's just multiple things that you're trying to... I don't think he wants to be in this game anymore. He's kind of, yeah. My BKB is low. I have a rapier that I bought, but I'm kind of sad because I know I'm about to lose it.
Yeah. They smoke up on the Navi side and maybe looking for some kind of surprise jump or some big gotcha play here. Ducalis on the Io has got to be their #1 target, but he is a buyback, so even if they kill this Io, he can come back in, and they smoke up themselves. I think PuckChamp, they're like, why is no one defending bottom? Where are they? They sense something is amiss, and they're going to get the initiation. The Doom goes in, but they do get 2 Hero Dream Coiled here. Cataclysm from the Invoker with the AoE Deafening Blast doing huge damage, and the PA who's been doomed up gets taken out. Rapier on the ground. No way for NaVi to turn this one around any longer. You got to imagine General doing some big damage, but it does feel like too little too late. They killed off the Lion, who does instantly buy back, and now Razor shows up to the party with a BKB refresher. Gets the second Eye of the Storm if he wants it, but he's not even going to need it as the GG gets called. NaVi, it was a cute last hope, but it didn't really look like much in the end.
Yeah, it was nice. They tried, right? In the end, you buy that Rapier and you hope for RNGesus to bless you with some critical hits. Even if it happened, it didn't really matter because Doom had that ulti ready and waiting. The moment Vitium goes in, he gets doomed and he's just dead afterwards. So yeah, this lineup of Navi was just way too passive. They allowed PuckChamp to roll over the map to do whatever they wanted. That Roshan definitely hurt them quite a bit. That was a full wipe plus Aegis given to Razor in the worst possible time of the game when they all built their BKBs. So yeah, really well played by PuckChamp. A little bit underwhelming by Navi when it comes to just controlling the zones of the map where PA should be farming.
Yeah, a game where it felt like the Vision game, something Solo, historically it's been a special solve, was won by PuckChamp, and in some ways, Navi, that first Roshan was so catastrophic for them. Something very easy to go back and look at and be like, yeah, that was not good. But hey, it's game 1. They've got a best of 3, and obviously a lot of high expectations for a team like Navi with their history and also, the constant roster shuffles, players coming in, out, veterans, new players. And with Navi, they've kind of stuck around a lot of these veterans who, haven't had the best track record as of late. But we're going to see if Navi can bounce back as we head to a quick break and get ourselves ready for game number 2.